So Trump has now added his name to the Kennedy Center. Now, of course, the problem with that is that the center was named by an act of Congress, which means only Congress can change the name legally. So it would be a bad joke, except for one thing. What the things that Trump does undermine the very fabric of our country and really put us potentially on the path to a dictatorship or dictatorship light form of government. And here's the problem. The fundamental weakness with our structure of government is that there is no way for anyone to control the behavior of a president short of impeachment. Now, every president that we've ever had has complained about restrictions that have been put upon them by Congress and by the courts, often claiming that the courts don't have the authority to tell them what to do. And yet, every president up till this one has voluntarily complied with whatever the court said, regardless of how, even Nixon, regardless of how they felt about it. And they've complied with Congress, and they've complied with the fundamental requirements of reporting to Congress, of getting congressional approval. And then we get to Donald Trump, and he does whatever the hell he wants to do. Now, that's setting a precedent for the next president, and the one after that, and the one after that. Because up until now, the precedent has been presidents voluntarily follow the constitutional separation of state, of separation of powers. He's now set the precedent that they will ignore. He and other presidents now in the future can ignore decisions of the courts, the law, and do whatever the hell they want to do because they have the power to do it. People are supposed to obey their commands. And of course, this has been brought to a head with this whole issue of the shooting of these people who are drowning in the ocean in Venezuela, off the coast of Venezuela, the international waters, I think, doesn't matter. It's murder to shoot somebody who is helpless, presents no threat to you, is unarmed, and to kill them while they're struggling to keep from drowning instead of rescuing them. That is murder, unless it's a state of war, in which case it's a violation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and that's also punishable the same way murder is, with an ultimate punishment of death. So he just does what he wants to do. He did the same thing with that fellow they sent to prison in Salvador. No due process. The way they're treating these people, grabbing them off the street when they're entitled to due process and shipping them off to this alligator Alcatraz. And now this latest thing of just throwing his name on the just not to mention the egomaniac nonsense. It's just pathetic. But beyond pathetic, it's more of the same. And we're going to now have to deal with this whole new construct, which is the president can do whatever the hell he wants to do. And the only way to get rid of him, which hasn't even yet been tested, is impeachment. So, and now they're flirting with the idea of him, having a third term. And well, he's just joking around. Well, every time we think he's joking around about something, like we thought he was joking around about that thing he wrote about Joe Biden, and then about this putting his name on the Kennedy Center. Every time we think he's joking, it turns out he's not. So these are dangerous times in which we're living, and I'm not just talking about artificial intelligence and all of the other things with which we have to be concerned. We are dealing with a president who's frankly off his rocker, and he's setting all kinds of dangerous precedents. So that's all I have to say about it for now. But with that little bug in your ear, pay attention to everything he does now with that concept. Is what is he doing to the unwritten law that you obey, the written law? Kind of like that. All right. With that, I have you have Merry Christmas. I'll be talking to you between now and then. All right. Bye.